To succeed in any business, including as a massage therapist, I firmly believe that you need to study a wide range of topics and gather a wide array of skills. So a lot of people think, I believe incorrectly, that to be good at running a massage business and building a massage business and earning a good income from massage, that you just need to be good at massage. And that couldn't be further from the truth, in my opinion. I have grown multiple successful businesses with my wife, and I currently own a massage clinic with 8 to 9 massage therapists working at any time with us. I am going to share today, from my experience, my top 5 massage business success books. If you didn't see last week's video, it was numbers 10 to 5. I'm giving my top 10. This week is numbers 5 to 1. In no particular order, though I would recommend reading all of these books that I've recommended in both videos. Number 5 is Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. This is a book that won't be probably enjoyed as much by certain people, because Jocko Willink was a Navy SEAL commander in the battles of Iraq and Afghanistan. And the style of this book uses stories from war and business. So he used to be a Navy SEAL commander. Now he consults. He has a company that consults to Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 companies about leadership. He does share stories about war. And for some people, they not really interested in that stuff. Like maybe more women aren't interested in reading a book about war that I have found out, and I've recommended this book to people. Me personally, I love listening to stories about war and combat. He will provide a lesson or a principle, and then he will tell a story about how it applied in his combat career, and then he will relate it back to business. I personally like that because it's story based and I could listen to that stuff a lot more easily, but it's up to you if that's your preference or not. But I highly recommend listening to the book or giving it a try. It's one of the books that's had the biggest impact on me. It doesn't have a lot of specific business strategies, but all of the principles in the book are relatable to a business owner succeeding in their business. So it's more about principles with how to act and how to deal with people and how to kind of mindset that you need. The title of the book, Extreme Ownership, is about taking personal responsibility and how the only way to achieve success in anything in your life is to first take responsibility, which I wholeheartedly agree with. So that is one of the principles. The rest of the principles are great too. But if you just think about it, right, taking responsibility, why is it so important? If we don't take responsibility, if something happens to us, right? So just say we have a business and we have a massage business and we have a lot of people not showing up for their appointments. If we complain about it and that's all we do and we don't take responsibility, if we just complain, nothing's going to get fixed. The problem won't get fixed. The situation will not improve. Whereas if we say, okay, that's a problem. I'm the business owner. If I want this to change, I need to take responsibility for it. At that point, you are then able to fix the situation. You can put strategies in place. I've got videos all on this, but you can improve your process so people stop showing up with reminders and there's about 7 or 8 different strategies with reminders, with retargeting, with contact with your customer, with sending them information, with having a credit card on file, all these things. There's about 8 different ways you can do to fix that specific problem. But until you take responsibility and say, yes, this is an issue, how can I fix it? Until you get to that point, you can't improve your business and it will continue to struggle. That is one example of applying the principle of extreme ownership to your business. I highly recommend this book. And if you buy into the principles, I believe it'll change your life and your business just like it did mine. I just want to take a second to ask you for a small favor. If you're finding this video helpful, if you could just tap the like button underneath it, I'd be really grateful. That will tell the YouTube algorithm to share this video with more massage therapists around the world. And hopefully that will help them all earn more income, which is what they deserve. Thanks for helping. Number 4, this is about relationships. The book is called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And I love this book for a lot of reasons. Chris Voss was the lead international terrorist hostage negotiator for the FBI. That's where he learned everything he teaches in this book, but he also like the last book, he shares real life stories that are actually really interesting and really engaging. And then he shares it with business. He does the same thing that Jocko did in his book, where he shares stories with real life and in business. And he also has a consulting company where he helps business owners and business people and executives and businesses improve their negotiating skills. If you think like I thought, I don't need to learn negotiating. I'm not negotiating anything. I'm not in a business where I negotiate. That's actually incorrect, because in any business, if you're a business owner, negotiating is simply the act of dealing with people and influencing them and getting them to do what you want in a sense, a way that you can get what you want. And it's not in a sleazy way. It's not in a bad way. He teaches how you can get what you want and the other person's happy with that. And this relates to anytime you interact with a customer, you want to either help them, which you should, you want to help them. So what can you say? How can you talk to this person? You get to help them help themselves. You also want, as a business owner, to improve your income. So you need them to rebook anyway, if you think they should rebook. There are certainly a lot of tips and strategies and things you can say to people, especially in a consultation. I give all our staff training specifically from this book to help you get the rebooking, and basically you get what you want by helping the other person, and there's just a way to convey that and to talk to people in a certain way. Highly recommend the book. It's really entertaining and it's very valuable, the lessons in there. Couldn't recommend it high enough. Number 3 out of the top 10 is a classic. You've most likely heard of it. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I think my mum recommended this book to me when I was young, like maybe early 20s. It definitely changed my life. I wasn't, like many people, I wasn't taught people skills, or I wasn't good with people at all when I was younger. I wasn't taught this stuff. No one's taught this stuff. How to deal with people, how to make people more likely to like you, how to influence people. Just like the name really says it all, but I think it's like 10 or so lessons and stories included. It's probably one of the most sold business and personal development books of all time, for a good reason. It is an absolute classic. I recommend every single person read this, not just in business, because in business and out of business, just think, how many times do we talk to people? We talk to people all the time, and this is just literally a roadmap on how to get better at dealing with people and talking to people and making people like you more. And that's super important, because people buy people in business, and it's going to make your life easier in and out of your business. Number 2, it's a really short book. I got this recommended to me by a mentor. You could read this book in a couple hours or less. I highly recommend it. You can literally get it now. It's called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. And it's a story, which makes it really easy to listen to if you like Audible. I listen to all my books, or most of them, on Audible. This is a story, so you can listen to it and it's enjoyable. It's not like a business book where you have to write notes all the time. It's all about the power of giving. It tells a story about a very, very successful business person and how he got what he got, and his key to being successful is about giving. And this is kind of counterintuitive, right? Because like when you get into business, or before you get into business, a lot of people think that being successful at business, you have to take from people. It's take. And it couldn't be further from the truth. If you're a taker in your workplace, people don't want to deal with you. They don't want to help you. If you're a taker as a boss, people don't want to deal with you. If you're a taker as a solo massage therapist and you've got your customers and you're always taking and not giving, people don't want to deal with you. So if you give more information, give help, offer help, it's all about giving. And I've seen this so many times. I'm an employer. When I see team members giving, offering to do more, they get opportunities that they didn't see coming. They get better working conditions. They get given more, and not because they were asking for it, but because when you see a giver, you want to work with them, you want to help them, you want to make their life better. And that goes whether you're an employer or you just are a solo therapist. If you're giving all the time to your customers, I'm not talking about giving things for free. I'm talking about giving information, giving tips, giving value, making their life better. They're going to want to come see you again and again and again and tell their friends about you. It's a great book. Highly recommend it. The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. The final book, number 1, and it's not in any order, but the last one in my top 10 books for massage business owners is called How to Talk to Anyone. 92 Little Tricks for Big Success in Relationships by Leal Lowndes. I came across this book when I wasn't in business. It's basically designed to help you master the art of human communication and making people feel more comfortable around you and making people like you. I read this book before I ever started a business, and it changed my life for the better, with making me be better with people and people like me more, which helped me meet my wife. I would not have met my wife or been able to be a person she wanted to be with, I would say, if I hadn't read this book. So it's had a massive impact on my life, but it will have a massive impact for any business owner because it helps you with people, and business is simply about dealing with people, customers, staff, your boss. Anything in business is just people dealing with each other. So this book is critical for that. I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you have read any of these books, let me know below. If you have your own recommendations, let me know below. I highly recommend all these books. I would love to hear from you if you are going to read one first, or after you read one, come back, let me know under the video what you thought of it. I'll see you in the next video.